In today's Service Matters report, we speak with a local psychologist who specializes in treating moral injury, a lesser known about condition, but one she says is the root of some of the most dangerous behaviors that can result from having a frontline job.
Our mission is to treat veterans and first responders and their families for post-traumatic stress and moral injury that result from their line of duty service.
Dr. Melinda Keenan is the executive director at the Center for Post-Traumatic Growth in Gold River. Early in her career, she decided she wanted to work with first responders and veterans.
I just fell in love with these people because of how principled they are, because of, they're people of service.
Her clinic treats post-traumatic stress, but also something called moral injury. Dr. Keenan says it's related, but distinctly different.
We've learned that there are issues that are deeper, they're core issues, and they have to do with breaking your own moral values and having basically your heart shattered by having to do things that go against who you are as a person.
Dr. Keenan says untreated moral injuries can be deadly.
We wholeheartedly believe that this is at the core of the suicides that are so high in the veteran populations and also in first responders.
She uses the example of a soldier killing a child in the crossfire of combat.
The cognitive treatments that people have put forth for that is to try to get the person to realize that it wasn't their fault, that they didn't have a choice in doing it, right? The problem is that doesn't translate for people with moral injury. They go, I know in my head that I had to do what I had to do, but I killed a kid. You're supposed to feel bad about killing a kid.
One way she treats her patients is having them write a letter to someone who they hurt or lost in combat or in the line of duty.
And say to them, I'm so sorry that this happened and I feel totally responsible and I hope that you're resting in peace and I pray for you every day. They read the letter out loud and then almost always there's some kind of a resolution. Typically it's a dream. But it can be all sorts of other things.
She says this gives the patient an image in their mind that supersedes the last image they had of killing or harming a person. Making amends is important for her patients, even if people see them as doing the right thing when they broke their morals.
Both of those truths can exist in the moment. It can be awful, but it's what they have to do and what they're doing for us so that we don't have to have the blood on our hands. But we do. We do have the blood on our hands. It's part of our responsibility to know that these people have put themselves in between us and that awfulness so that we don't all have to experience it.
Dr. Keenan says she's so passionate about helping these people because she thinks so highly of them.
These people that are morally injured are the best people that are out there, right? They're the most moral. Yes. If you're a sociopath, you don't get post-traumatic stress or morally injured.
As her practice grows at the Center for Post-Traumatic Growth, so does her group of patients who are now forever grateful to Dr. Keenan for her innovative and empathetic approach to treating their trauma.
Listening and being able to hold the truth of what they were telling me. And that can be really hard for people.